Welcome to the
FVCFFFL
podcast or video cast, whatever.
I just call it a video.
Yeah,
but we have we've recorded so many episodes. I don't even know which one we're on anymore.
Well, this is so week 4, right? So it would be episode 4, I would think.
Didn't we do one before week 1 started, or did we?
No, I think
we've done so many. You've proven my
4,
point.
Episode 4. We're gonna call it that.
Let's skip it. We've got another draft because last time we did a Marvel superhero draft and some knucklehead won.
That's right.
And he only won because another knucklehead let his little children pick and vote for him instead of it. If I knew that like toddlers were in voting in this, I would have picked a totally different group of superhero. Because what kid knows Charles Xavier and Mr. Fantastic and...
The Bible says to let the little children come to me.
It doesn't say let them vote.
Well, but, you know, God values... Jesus valued the children.
That may be true, but he didn't ask them to vote. That's all I'm saying.
But he valued their opinion.
So we're doing a new draft.
Okay.
You want to tell them what we're doing?
Now, this draft is for all of us adults who... I would say kind of would remember most of these situations.
We grew up in a different era. We didn't have 5,000 channels and streaming networks and all this kind of crazy stuff.
I would say that most of us grew up watching some form of PBS show.
Yep.
So we are going to have the PBS television show draft, and we're each going to get 3 picks. Okay? It's going to be a snake draft. PJ's going to start. We're picking 3 shows, and then you guys are going to vote on who has the 3 best shows.
So all right. Go number 1. Are you ready?
You ready? You get the first pick.
I have to go Sesame Street.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, he's got to be number 1.
It's a strong pick.
Big Bird. I remember Snuffleupagus. Oscar the Grouch. Amazing. You know, all the humans who live there, too.
Yep. Yep.
I was, Super Grover. Amazing.
Yes.
I was there before Elmo. You know, Elmo was more my kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But I loved watching all those. Bert and Ernie. That was amazing. Their heads were like opposite. You know, one is like, and like that. And so I'm Sesame Street.
It's a strong pick. It's a strong pick. I would say most people would go for that. So
what do you have next?
For my first pick, I have to go Mr. Rogers. So Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And, I mean, was there anybody who didn't like Mr. Rogers?
Please won't you be?
My favorite part of that was the fact that he came in wearing a jacket, took that jacket off and hung it up, and then put on another jacket on the inside
Usually it was like a zippered sweater
cardigan thing. It was hilarious. They looked similar. And he came in wearing a pair of shoes, took those shoes off,
dress shoes,
and put on another pair of shoes. So that was my
sneakers.
That was my favorite part of the whole show.
I like the trolley that went to Make Believe Land, the land of Make Believe.
Yep. And do you remember Lady Elaine?
Yeah.
She was always a little scary in there, but
I like the puppets, like the king and stuff was just a head.
Yes.
It wasn't like a puppet.
Do you remember the cat that always would say meow meow?
Oh,
meow,
the
meow,
owl
meow,
was
meow.
amazing.
Yeah.
He lived in the tree and the thing opened, the door opened. That was
so.
Cool.
I'm going to go Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, what's your next pick?
For my second pick, there's a lot of choices here, and I'm going to go a slightly different route here. Okay. And I'm going to go...
I don't know what route he's taking.
3, 2, 1 contact.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to do that. It's going to be my next pick.
So I'm going 3, 2, 1 contact.
You sniped 3, 2, 1 contact
It's a little bit sciencey, a little bit mathy, so I loved it. And
3, 2, 1
so
contact.
I used to love all of the different things you learned about it, and that was one of my favorites. So
I don't know that I learned a lot, but I liked it when they blew stuff up and did science experiments. I didn't really learn. I just thought it was cool that they did that. All right. My next pick, I am taking The Electric Company.
The Electric Company.
If for no other reason, they had Spider-Man, but Spider-Man didn't talk. He had like a balloon coming up there. It was kind of like a knockoff of, kind of like a mixture of 3, 2, 1 Contact and put together with Sesame Street. It was just kind of its own thing. They had all this different stuff. But it was pretty cool. I liked it. Like I said, that was my first real introduction to Spider-Man, even before I watched Spider-Man cartoons. He would come in a human being in a full Spider-Man suit. It was great. Do you like how he said, how many times I said Spider-Man, Jason? I better get your kids' votes.
Was the electric company the one that had the little sub show of MathNet?
I have no idea.
No, I can't. There was one that I watched that had this other little. It was a conglomeration of a little bunch of little short things. But all right, so your third pick.
I have two that I'm thinking of. And I don't know which one to pick.
Pick the worst one.
No, I'm just gonna go with my gut. Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo.
And you remember the moose puppet was on there, and the ping pong balls would always come down. And Captain Kangaroo always had that weird sports jacket that was dark, and it had like the outline stripe on it. He had like the biggest, thickest sideburns or whatever he had going on there, and he had like total haircut just like that. And he would come on. That was an amazing show. I like Captain Kangaroo.
That's funny.
All right.
What was your other one? I'm curious. What were you picking?
Well, tell me what you're going to pick, and I'll tell you.
My last pick, I'm going with one. I suppose it's a little newer than. I mean, it isn't to that age, but it was.
Are you saying I'm old?
No, it was when I was a little bit older. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Which was a show that was on there.
Where in the world is Carmen?
You
had a geography show.
Yeah, geography show, and I always thought that was a lot of
science,
fun.
math, geography.
So your three were same again.
You want to hear what the other one was?
We'll do that in a second. So
it was Sesame Street, Electric Company, Captain Kangaroo.
And mine were Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, 3-2-1 Contact, and Carmen Sandiego. So, because I have another one too. What was your other one that you were thinking?
The Bloodhound Gang.
The Bloodhound Gang. Oh, I love that one.
When they were going to go out and they would solve crimes as like a mystery show or whatever, but for kids.
Yes. And my other one that I was thinking of was the Polka Dot Door. Do you remember the Polka Dot Door?
I have no idea what that is.
It was great. The polka dot door, the polka dot door.
Okay, we gotta be done.
And then Reading Rainbow. I mean, how does nobody go with Reading Rainbow? Oh, Reading Rainbow.
I can do anything.
Wow. Man, I'll see you next time, right?
All right.
Okay, anyway.
Vote which was your favorite.
Yes.
It was horrible.
That was amazing.
We're 7 minutes in. We haven't even talked any football.
Who cares? I mean, we're doing a PBS draft.
All right. Our first award for this week is the Stud Award. This fantasy player got the most points out of one of their teammates, and the Stud Award goes to Dave Smith for starting Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, 42 points. We talked about this in the other pod for the youth, but Jared Goff has been great all year long. He was one of those that, and actually, if I remember back to the draft, Dave picked him before. It wasn't like he was forced to pick him.
Really early.
He picked him early, and we were like, what are you doing? And so it turned out well. So nice work, Dave. He's been a great pick and scored some good points.
Awesome. Our next award is the Bust Award.
Yes.
Somebody started a player that got hardly any points. And the winner of this week's Bust Award for a player that should have gotten a ton more points than he did, really let his owner down, is none other than hooked on a Thielen, Aaron Schilp.
Drew Brees, 8.5 points. In a week where the average starting quarterback was scoring 30, I wind up with 8.5 points from Drew Brees and wind up losing the game to stupid Pat Mahomes and Andy. Ridiculous.
Can you tell he's angry?
Absolutely ridiculous. We need to have a serious conversation about whether Pat Mahomes is on steroids and actually legal to be playing football in the NFL because he's embarrassing other professional defenses as a rookie. But anyway.
Technically, it's his second year in the league, but I understand what you're saying.
An honorable mention to Gronk, who also pooped his pants and got me 6.4 points with a second-round pick.
There's too much anger coming from this side, so we're going to move on to our next award. Our surprise player, an owner started somebody, and that player got him a ton of points. Somebody I never want on my team, but it was the 9th highest scorer this week. The surprise award goes to medium husky Jeremiah for starting Golden Tate.
Golden Tate. Gutsy play, too. He hadn't been great. Had been scoring a good floor of points. But 30 points for Golden Tate this week. And also, to go along with that, he also started the Packers defense, who got 23 points as well. So all in all, a big surprise for those two. And it helped him have a really good week. I think he still got beat, but great week for both of those.
Speaking of getting beat, our next award goes to the Manager of the Week. This guy started the best players he could. In fact, this guy's bench was pretty empty because a lot of them were on bye, but he still got a ton of points and won and beat Medium Husky himself.
That's correct.
And this goes out to Jason Beck, Manager of the Week.
Jason Beck. And just to be clear, Jason, we would have given you this just for beating Jeremiah. So congratulations on this one.
Whatever we can do to see Jeremiah lose.
Right. And
we like Jeremiah, but we just want him to
I just don't want him to win in fantasy. So Jason had Andrew Luck, who posted 38 points. Amari Cooper, another bold start, 24 points. And for both of those, Andrew Luck and Amari Cooper, we are also giving Jason the Gutsiest Play Award for both of those players. Because Luck had not been doing very well. Cooper had been up and down.
I had him.
My goodness, big week for both of those guys.
I think Jason picked up Andrew Luck just because Cam Newton was on a bye, and he got him a ton of points.
Big pickup. And then George Kittle and Cooper Kupp both had another big week. So great week by Jason Beck.
Our next award is none other than Juggernaut. He's coming at you. Punch you right in the face.
I don't know why that's the Juggernaut, but
it sounds like something Juggernaut would say. Bum, 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 bum. It's like a bumblebee. And because we have no budget for our amazing special effects, I couldn't even type it to the back, so I still have last week's on there. But our Juggernaut award goes to Strikers himself,
Jeremy. Jeremy had a big week, another 161 points. And a couple of weeks ago, Jeremy had gotten 190. So he is really posting some points. Melvin
I think
Gordon,
we need to check his roster because I think Jeremy might give all of his fantasy players steroids. Alvin Kamara, Melvin Gordon.
Be. His phone might be juiced.
And here's the other thing. I had to play him. That stinks.
Yep. 28 points, Melvin Gordon. 40 points, Alvin Kamara. 21 points for Sterling Shepard, which was somewhat unexpected as well, but he's had a good week and expected to probably have another good week. Sterling Shepard has been doing pretty well. So great week, Jeremy. Juggernaut.
Jeremy the Juggernaut. We might have to rename this award.
We might have to rename it the Jeremy Award. Yeah.
Our next award goes to a very long-suffering owner / manager / fantasy player in the league. He has not been having a good year so far because he's been the biggest loser multiple weeks already. He's been running into the
juggernauts.
But he gets the comeback award because he won this week after being the biggest loser twice, and this goes to Styles, a.k.a. Rick Shuck.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
I thought you were going to keep going.
No, I don't know the whole thing. So
it just does the same thing.
I know.
Okay.
Rick had a great week. Gio Bernard had 24 points. Welcome back from the dead, Ezekiel Elliott. He had a good week there, 33 points, and Marshawn Lynch had 18 points. So the running backs doing it for Rick this week. Some great weeks.
And Rick has always had a ton of points. He just happened to go against really
Finally
good
put it all together into a W. Good work.
Our next award, and we're going to introduce our brand new electronic super-duper sound effect. Train whistle, because this is the Caboose Award. And the Caboose Award goes to the team that's in last. Not that you're not important. Not that you're not valuable. You're just kind of at the end of the train. And the Caboose Award goes to second week in a row. Ryan Thomas.
It's been a rough couple of weeks for Ryan. To look at the positive, he had 88 points this week, which is up from 74 the previous week. So adding a little bit there, but some rough weeks. Jordan Howard did not help him out this week. Fitzgerald, Larry Fitzgerald, your least favorite player, did
him
not
and Golden
have a
Tate
good week.
are my two worst.
Did not have a good week. And even Keenan Allen, 10 points. He should have. They played well enough that he should be scoring more points and just has not done it. So. Unfortunately, did not have a
Here's
great
the thing about Ryan, and he's got multiple weeks as the Caboose. He has one win against me.
Left Bell's coming back, though.
0 wins.
That'll be a big help. But
thanks, Ryan.
All right, the next award is the Biggest Loser Award, which is the highest point total, but you still lost. And I'm going to reiterate lost. And that award goes to...
Why do you got to reiterate lost?
Goes to Pastor John.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I would like to thank all of the idiots that play fantasy football and whoever the idiot was that created this league.
Yeah.
Because I am 0-4, and I've been below 100 points every week so far this season. And this week, I got over 130 points, third highest score, behind Jeremy and Rick, I think is who it was.
Yeah.
But I had to play Jeremy, who is the juggernaut.
Ran into the juggernaut.
And I lost. And Rick, I happily take the Biggest Loser. Actually, I don't. I'm very ticked about it. I had lots of points. If I'd played anybody else, I would have won. Thank you very much, Jeremy. You stink. All of you stink. Everyone in this league stinks. All my players stink.
Everyone.
All of your players stink. I'm leaving.
The whole league stinks.
I'm done.
We're going to... All right, well, that's all we have for today.
The video. It's over. I don't want to go on.
I can't do it anymore.
I can't introduce this next award because it's the Praise the Lord Award. How can I praise the Lord right now?
I don't have the power.
All right, anyways, the Praise the Lord. Why don't you introduce this one and I'll talk about it.
The Praise the Lord Award, remember, goes to the person who had, who was really, really close and still won their match, pulled it out, squeaked it out at the end. And this award goes to Andy.
Frosted Blakes.
Frosted Blakes.
So this is what happened. At 3 o'clock, 3:15 Sunday afternoon, I get a text from Andy saying, this is not my week. I'm going to lose. And then we proceed to text back and forth a whole lot about how horrible his team is and how he started the wrong guys and he was going to lose and all this crazy stuff. And then Monday night, 10:30, something like that, I get a text from Andy. So on Sunday afternoon at 3, I stink, I hate this stuff, all this, it's not my week, I keep doing things
kind of
wrong.
A rant like you just did, right?
Why you gotta bring that up?
Okay. Carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there.
Sunday afternoon, Andy hates his team. Monday night, he gets the W. And because of none other than Patrick Mahomes himself.
Mahomes! Stupid.
Tell us what you think about Patrick Mahomes.
I hate Pat Mahomes.
Congratulations,
I lost
Andy.
in both leagues because of Pat Mahomes. Stupid.
We've got a brand new award. Okay. Right? Is that the one we're on?
No, not yet. We got... Oh, we did that one. Yes, we do. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, I got confused.
Brand new award this week.
Brand new award.
It's called the Welcome Back.
Welcome Back.
And this award is going, welcome back. Did you ever watch that show?
No, it was before. I mean, I know, I've seen it before.
You said I'm old. This is like the 5th time you said I'm old in this
I've never.
Anyways, Welcome Back award goes to, you drafted somebody up pretty high.
Yeah.
They've been giving you hardly any good points. They're, they're unreliable. They can't do it. But this week, they got some points and got you some points. And the winner this week for the Welcome Back award, Dave Camps.
Dave Camps for the player, Mr. David Johnson, who came back to life with finally a respectable score of 17 points. He had been doing absolutely nothing. The Arizona Cardinals had been completely terrible for 4 solid weeks, and they still were terrible for that week. But at least they gave the ball to their best player finally to give him a chance to do something versus trying to throw it to players who don't know how to do it and putting backup running backs in. So congratulations to an NFL team for finally putting the ball in the hands of David Johnson.
Here's the other thing about
good work, Dave. He's coming back.
Here's the other thing about being 0-4 in this league. I'm watching Monday Night Football. I've got Philip Lindsay, and I'm down 6 points. So I just need Lindsay to get 6 more points than Travis Kelce, who I'm going against, and Jeremy. What does Kelce do? He gets like 2 touchdowns and a bunch of catches. Thanks a lot. I'm never going to come back. I'm not even going to start anybody. I'm going to put all of my guys on the bench.
Just blank it all.
I lose anyway, so what's the point?
I mean, it's good. I can't.
I'm glad this video could be very uplifting to the rest of you. I can't
disagree. Remember, give us your votes on the PBS draft. And
I hope Sesame Street just carries it for me.
Yeah, it might. It's very possible.
Spider-Man, Jason, I'm looking at you.
Carmen Sandiego.
That was more like
I'm gonna claim Reading Rainbow too. So
you can't do that.
Yeah, I just did it.
No, you can't.
All right, tell us what you think, and we will see you next time.